Everyone always has that one piece of media that they always go back to. I mean, for some people it's a movie, for some people it's a TV show, but for me, that thing that I go back to every year is Saints Row 2. It's the game that I've owned the longest, had the most fond memories with, and the game that I would say defines my personality the best. This is a game that it's so wacky and wild, and for that matter, wildly unappreciated. And I don't necessarily boast about loving the game left and right, but to me, Saints Row 2 will always be my favorite game. This is why I love Saints Row 2. Just as a bit of backstory, I remember sitting in my 5th grade English class and this kid named Peyton was telling me all about the game. Man, we were two different kinds of kids. He was shorter and bigger and he was into football and MMA, and I was this tall skinny kid just trying to get to the end of the day. But when he told me about Saints Row and how you could be in this gang and take over the city and you could run over random people, to me, my little 5th grade mind, that sounded sick as fuck. Now, at the time, my video game experience could be summed up in one term: backseat gaming. But a couple of years later, when I had an Xbox 360 and some pocket change, the first game I wanted to buy was Saints Row 2. So before I go on and forget, I just gotta say, thank you, Peyton, if you ever see this. So what is there to like about this game? After all, isn't it just a GTA but goofy? Well, let's go over some similarities of Saints Row 2 and its chronological equal, GTA 4.
They both have a sandbox world. They both have main characters. They both have guns and cars and stuff.
It's honestly all I could find. Saints Row 2 puts you in this world where there are gangs running certain parts of a city you once ruled. You're given your own main character to create from head to toe, and
What? Look, my dude's got boobs!
nah, but for real. You can customize your character, customize your gang, upgrade your houses, customize your cars. I mean, this game is defined by the term customization. Kind of a spoiler coming up here, but there are so many memorable cutscenes and gameplay moments that stick out in my mind. But the one that always makes me cry just a little is the mission Red Asphalt. So there's this guy named Carlos who's like the first person to greet your character in the game. He then helps you get out of jail and acts as one of your gang's lieutenants. He helps you out in missions involving the Brotherhood, a rival gang. But in one of the missions, he's kidnapped, tied to the back of a Brotherhood truck, and dragged through the streets. While you end up stopping the truck, you see Carlos with his face shredded and his voice barely audible. As a kid during my first playthrough, I thought I could just patch him up and he'd be just fine, like the movies. But when my character pulled out his gun and killed Carlos, reality started to seem more real. I was caught off guard by this scene. And I genuinely cared and liked Carlos's character. And after that mission, I also genuinely hated the Brotherhood. But more importantly, I realized not everything in life is black and white. Not every person in the media or in real life lives on after a horrific accident. And not everyone has an opportunity to speak their final words. It was a moment in my formative years that really helped me grow up and realize what the world is. One last thing I want to talk about is the setting of Saints Row 2. With Stillwater, with one L, Volition did an amazing job in creating this open world where there are tons of collectibles and activities to fill up time. But the best part of Stillwater that sticks out to me is the diversity in areas. When you've got a marina here and a truck yard there and an airport there and a whole ass college, but you add on to that a prison island and a nuclear plant island that you can explore, I swear I could spend days just going to each part and exploring the areas. There are parts of the map that I can easily get to without any directions and some buildings that I can navigate with my eyes closed. Sure, some games give you a city to house a story, but Saints Row 2 gives you a city that lives and breathes all on its own, even without missions. At the end of the day, Saints Row 2 isn't the most perfect or groundbreaking game, but like I said in the intro, it's the game that defines me the best. From thinking about really serious and potentially triggering stuff like Carlos's death, to making a dude with man boobs. There's a balance between comedic and serious that I feel sort of defines me. After all, this is the game that I physically owned for 8 years, played and completed numerous times, and helped me to create an identity. Thanks for watching.